Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today, we are going to unlock the fundamental building blocks of the English language. Whether you are constructing a quick email, writing a story, or just having a casual conversation, literally everything you say relies on 8 specific categories of words known as the parts of speech. Think of them kind of like Lego bricks. Once you figure out how each piece works, you can build absolutely anything. So make sure you stick around because I've put together a really quick, fun quiz at the very end to test your new knowledge. Okay, let's take a quick look at our roadmap for today. We're going to cover nouns and pronouns, verbs and action words, adjectives and adverbs, connectors and emotion words, and wrap it all up with that quick grammar quiz. So let's jump right into section 1, nouns and pronouns. We'll start with the absolute foundation, the noun. Simply put, a noun is a naming word. It names a person, like a teacher, a specific place, like Chennai, or a physical thing you can hold, like a book. But you know what's really cool? It also names invisible concepts, like an idea or a feeling. Happiness is a noun. Without nouns, well, we literally wouldn't have anything to talk about. They're the stars of the show in almost every sentence you'll ever write. Now imagine if we only ever used nouns. We'd sound incredibly repetitive. You'd be saying things like, the teacher grabbed the teacher's book and the teacher went to Chennai. Yeah, it's just way too much. That is exactly where pronouns come to the rescue. They're direct stand-ins for nouns. Words like I, you, he, she, they, and we. So the teacher went to Chennai smoothly becomes she went there. The pronoun she just steps right in for the teacher, keeping our sentences clean, efficient, and natural. Moving right along to section 2, verbs and action words. Now that we have our subjects, we need to give them something to do. Verbs actually do 2 very different jobs for us. First, we have action verbs. These are super easy to spot because they show actual movement or physical activity. Think of words like run, eat, or study. But then we have helping verbs. These are words like is or have. They might not show someone sprinting down the street, but they are absolutely crucial for supporting the structure of the sentence and telling us about a state of being or the timing of an action. So check this out. By combining just the pieces we've talked about so far, our nouns, pronouns, and verbs, we're already building complete functional sentences. Look at the sentence, they study happily because they have a great book. They is our pronoun acting as the subject. Study is our action verb. And have is our helping verb, followed right by our noun, book. It's like we've built the solid frame of a house, and now it's time to start decorating it. Which brings us perfectly to section 3, adjectives and adverbs. First up, adjectives. I love these because they are your colorful words. An adjective's entire job is to describe a noun, to give us juicy details and paint a much clearer picture in the listener's mind. It's the difference between just saying a book and saying a beautiful book, or a teacher versus a tall, happy teacher. Adjectives attach themselves directly to nouns to give them texture, size, color, or emotion. Now here's where it gets really interesting. While adjectives describe the things, meaning the nouns, adverbs describe exactly how actions are done. They modify verbs, adjectives, or even other adverbs. Think of them as the how, when, or where words. If you have the verb run, an adverb tells us exactly how you run, maybe quickly or slowly. If you are studying, it tells us you are doing it carefully. And here's a great little cheat code. A ton of adverbs in English end in the letters ly, so they are super easy to spot in the wild. Let's dive into section 4, connectors and emotion. To make our sentences flow naturally and sound human, we need some special tools. Let's look at prepositions first. I like to call these position words. They are these highly useful little words that tell us exactly where things are located in space or time in relation to one another. Is the book in the bag, on the desk, under the table, between the chairs, or behind the door? They basically anchor our nouns in the physical world. Next up are conjunctions. You can think of conjunctions as the super glue of the English language. They are joining words that seamlessly link different phrases, sentences, and ideas together. Without words like and, but, because, or, we would all sound like robots, speaking in tiny, choppy little sentences. Conjunctions let us explain our reasoning and connect multiple thoughts together all in one breath. And finally, honestly, the most fun part of speech, interjections. These are short, expressive words you just throw into a sentence to show sudden or strong emotion. They don't technically change the grammatical structure of the sentence, but man, they add tons of personality. Words like wow for amazement, oh for surprise, ouch for sudden pain, or great for enthusiasm. They are basically the spice of our everyday conversations.
All right, Section 5, the quick grammar quiz. It's time to put all 8 of our grammar building blocks to the test. Here are your first 2 challenges. First, look at this sentence. The happy dog ran quickly. Can you spot the noun? Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. Second challenge, look at this sentence. She is tall. Can you identify the verb here? I'll give you just a second to think about it.
Okay, let's see how you did. In that first sentence, the noun is dog. Why? Because the dog is the physical thing. It's the main subject of our sentence. In the second sentence, the verb is. Remember our talk about helping verbs earlier? Is serves as our helping verb here, linking our pronoun she to the descriptive word tall. Awesome job if you got those right.
Let's try 2 more. Question 3, which word is the adjective in the phrase, the tall building? Think back to what adjectives do. And question 4, what part of speech is the word ouch? Think about the kind of emotion behind it.
And the answers are, for question 3, the adjective is tall. It's the describing word that tells us more about our noun, the building. As for question 4, ouch is an interjection. It's a totally spontaneous word used to express a sudden feeling or, well, pain. All right, here is your final quiz question. Can you identify the conjunction in this sentence? I want to study, but I am tired. Look for the glue that's holding these 2 completely different thoughts together. You probably guessed it. The answer is but. But is acting as the conjunction here. It's the bridge between the desire to study and the reality of feeling super tired. It joins those 2 complete thoughts into one smooth, natural sentence. So, to wrap up this explainer, we've really seen that mastering English grammar isn't about memorizing a million boring rules. It's really just about understanding these specific categories. You start by laying your foundation with your who and what. Those are your nouns and pronouns. Then you bring them to life by adding verbs for action. You give your sentences color and detail with adjectives and adverbs. And finally, you string it all together beautifully using prepositions and conjunctions, maybe tossing in an interjection for some extra flair. Learning these 8 parts of speech provides the complete toolkit you need for building strong, confident English sentences. Now, I actually have a question for you to practice with right now. What part of speech describes you best today? Are you feeling energetic, curious, or maybe inspired? Leave an adjective in the comments below. I'd absolutely love to see how you are applying this. Keep practicing and make sure to subscribe for more easy English grammar lessons.